Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News, coming to you from our digital desk. We wanted to give you our first heads up here, your first alert that a tornado watch has just been issued for a large portion of western, and then creeping into northeast Ohio. We're going to bring in 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts. Sam, I'm not a meteorologist, that's why you are, but I know that a watch is just that. Watch out, conditions are building, something could happen. This is not a warning where you need to take cover. This is simply a watch, but it was just issued, correct?
Yeah, that's absolutely right. When we have a watch in effect, we're just watching. It means conditions are favorable for the development of whatever that watch is for, whether it's severe thunderstorm, tornado, or a winter storm, right? In this case, it's a tornado watch in effect until 7. So we have about 6 hours to go on this watch, a little bit more than that, but it's not for everybody. The Snow Belt, not under the tornado watch. Summit County, Stark County, not under the tornado watch as well, but you can see where we have the yellow polygons, Cuyahoga County, Medina County, and West. This is where we need to stay weather aware for the next several hours, and it's all about having a plan, right? Do you know where you would go in the event of a tornado warning in your area? So if there's a warning issued for you, obviously that's a more imminent threat. We're still a few hours away from that. Just a couple of reminders in terms of seeking shelter. The safest place to go is a basement or a storm shelter, but we're not all rolling in cash, right, where we can just install a storm shelter. And we don't all have basements. We have to be realistic. So if you don't have a basement, safest place to be is the most interior room or hallway of your home on the lowest level. You want to put as many walls between yourself and the outside of your house as you can. So that might be for you a basement or a bathroom, or it might be a hallway. It might be a basement if you have that, but if you don't, lowest level of your home, putting as many walls between yourself and the outside of your house as you can. Again, there's no imminent threat right now. Pretty much everybody is dry with the exception of Columbiana and Mahoning counties, but you can see we have several severe thunderstorm warnings in Indiana, and then we've got some new development west of Lima. This is what we're going to be watching over the next few hours. Basically, we're in the waiting stage. I'm going to show a kind of a weird looking map. I know you can see a lot of red on here, but I love this map because it shows us the availability of energy or fuel for these storms. Your car needs gas, right? If you don't have gas in your car, unless you have an EV, you're not going to go very far. The storms need gas too. They need energy. So you can see all that red creeping in from the west. That's where the highest potential, available potential energy is for storms. So just a quick little rundown there of where we stand right now.
And Sam, that you look out there towards Muncie and what's coming out of Indianapolis, you can see why this is a concern. Those are some pretty nasty storms that are brewing up there on the eastern edge of Indiana.
Yeah, these are really mean thunderstorms. There's no tornado warnings right now, but there's several severe thunderstorm warnings. And on some of them, they're tagged or written from the Weather Service as tornado possible. So some severe thunderstorm warnings, you know, they issue a severe thunderstorm warning for damaging winds. Some of them will say tornado possible. There might not be a report of a tornado, and the radar may be questionable in terms of what they're analyzing and seeing, but they think a tornado would be possible with that storm. So a couple of different types of severe thunderstorm warnings out there. Obviously, all of them are still off to the west, but with that available potential energy moving in from the west, it's now time to start thinking of a severe weather plan at your house or place of work. I apologize for all the dings going off in the background. That is our way of chatting with the National Weather Service. So you're going to hear a lot of that through the afternoon.
It is going to be an interesting afternoon, and one of those that we want to pay attention. That's why our First Alert weather team have designated this an alert day. Sam, you can walk us through what we're looking at as those storms move into more central and then eastern Ohio.
Yeah, so I'll rewind this to like 1 o'clock. So this is basically right now. You see it's picking up on that rain in Youngstown. And this isn't a radar, by the way, for people just tuning in. This is like a simulation of the radar through time. So it's a way of looking into the future. There's 1, 2 o'clock. Still pretty quiet locally. In fact, a lot of us at that point are seeing sun, maybe getting outside and enjoying this warm and humid weather. But 2 p.m., stuff starting to creep into Ottawa, Sandusky, and Seneca counties, and then everything will move off towards the east over the course of the afternoon. So this is 3 o'clock. Pretty stormy out there west of Cedar Point, and then everything, of course, just in time for the evening commute. Moving into our western counties, our central counties, there's 5 o'clock, Cleveland, Medina, Akron, Canton. Yeah, a lot of people on the roadways in these areas, and then all moving east. I suspect that this will do exactly what it's showing now, pick up steam and blow through here by 7:30. Last night, Dan, it looked like we might have storms in the area through 10. I think this is going to pick up and probably be out of here for most areas before the sun sets.
Excellent. Sam, I always think of that. Somebody has a great meme out there on the internet, the difference between a watch and a warning. And they always show the witch from The Wizard of Oz. When she's on the broomstick, that's a warning. When she's on her bicycle, that's a watch. And that's what we're dealing with right now. Just a watch. The potential is there for it to get nasty.
Yeah, so when we're in a watch, of course, we want to stress having a plan, right? We don't want to scare anybody. We just want to prepare you. So all about having a safety plan. You plan for your financial future. You plan for your vacation, right? So you want to plan for the event of severe weather. And now that we're in the watch, it's time to start thinking about where you would go in the event of a tornado warning for your area. We talked about seeking shelter in more of a traditional single family home. If you're in an apartment building, obviously it's important to get down to the lowest level, putting as many walls between yourself and the outside of your house or your apartment building as you can. If you're in a vehicle and you've got our First Alert weather app, you get an alert saying, oh, tornado warning. Hopefully you're not looking at your phone, but let's say you're stuck in traffic, that warning goes off. Don't seek shelter under an overpass. You want to find a substantial shelter somewhere that has a little bit more substance, and probably not a big box store or anything like that, although that's certainly better than being out in the open. One more note, Dan, for those in mobile homes, want to encourage you, if you're in the tornado watch and you live or work in a mobile home, know where you would go if a warning is issued for your location. A mobile home is probably the worst place to be in the event of severe weather, and we want everybody to be safe in all types of structures. So if you can, maybe till 7 o'clock, till that watch expires, or at least until the thunderstorm threat has passed for your area, you could find somewhere a little bit more sturdy or substantial to go just until this watch ends. That would probably be in your best interest as well.
And Sam, it's just the timing on this that just looks so terrible to hit into Cleveland and Akron and the area just 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, right during that rush hour. This is just bad timing all the way around.
Yeah, it's not good timing. I mean, a ton of people are on the roads at 5 o'clock. A ton of people are on the roads at 6 o'clock. You would not want to be stuck on 271 or 77 during a tornado warning, or even in any type of thunderstorm, really, but specifically not a severe or tornado warned one. I know also the watch is not for the east side yet. Our eastern counties are not included in the tornado watch, but remember, there's nothing magical about county borders. So just because you're in Akron or Canton doesn't mean you don't have the threat for thunderstorms. I don't think they're going to just dissipate when they get to Summit County. So probably best to have a safety plan in these areas as well.
And you think about how many parents picking up kids from school at 3:30, and then almost instantly going to soccer practice, baseball practice, softball practice. Just again, we're giving you this alert, this heads up. Look at the timing on this. Just as Sam keeps saying, have a plan. Soccer practice, baseball practice starts at 4, 5 o'clock. That's probably not going to happen. And so you don't want to be stuck out there in some, playground where the ball field is because you're waiting for practice to start. Again, the timing on this, and that's why we're giving you this heads up, just really bad timing.
Yeah, maybe head home until these pass. I mean, if we can get these out of here, here's the line coming in at 3. So you're in Cleveland, 3, 4 o'clock, hunkered down, waiting on the storms to come through. These are already through Sandusky probably by 5. So it's really just a line, and it's probably going to look pretty similar to what we're seeing right now out to the west. It's one big line, essentially, kind of broken up in spots, but you catch my drift. I mean, I'll draw around it. So this is just what's going to pass through, and probably some additional development. It's not as if we have, hours and hours of storms. It'll probably storm in your area for a couple of hours at most, and then the threat is over for you. But from now until 7, need to be extra vigilant, extra weather aware, and please have a severe weather safety plan. Don't wait until a tornado warning is issued for your location to say, oh, well, where would I go? We've been talking about the safest places to go. Lowest level of your home, most interior space, basement. Not a lot of us have storm shelters, obviously, in this part of the country. If you don't have a basement, most interior room on the lowest floor apartment building, lowest floor of your apartment building. Maybe that's the apartment office. Hopefully they're open a little bit later today. I know sometimes those places can close at like 4 or 5 o'clock. If you're going to be at work in any type of warehouse, talk to your supervisor. If you're watching this maybe on Facebook Live from work, hey, where's our most interior storm shelter that we can go? And again, want to reach out specifically to my friends in mobile homes. That is the worst place to be during severe weather. We don't want you to wait that out. If you're in the tornado watch and you can see on the radar off to the west, these storms are coming our way. They're not going to fall apart when they get here. So have maybe a friend's house you can go to, or a safer, more substantial structure where you can stay safe, at least until the threat passes.
And you just think about those mobile homes. There's not the weight. That's part of the big problem. There's no weight to a mobile home. They're easily tossed by not just tornadoes, but heavy winds. The walls in a mobile home are not real thick, so when you have flying debris, 2x4s, if we get to that terrible type situation, that's why Sam keeps stressing those mobile homes are a bad place to be. Sam, we're going to wrap this up. We wanted to give our public, our viewers, just that first alert that a tornado watch has been issued. It's just a watch, no panic right now. Just watch out is what it means. If we get to a warning status, we will be breaking in to Channel 19, and that will be here on our digital properties as well. 19 First Alert meteorologist Sam Roberts, thanks for keeping us up to date. We appreciate it.
All right, thanks, Dan.
All right, take care. Just going to sign this off, a live look into Cleveland. You can see some of that clearing, the clouds moving through there. And while you might think, well, that's a good thing, the clouds are going to get out of here, that's what Sam was talking about. When we start to heat up, that's just fuel. That's gasoline for these storms. All that extra heat, all that extra humidity. You've lived in Northeast Ohio long enough. Those are some of the worst storms we have, is when it's hot and humid out, and then here comes a cold front. That hot air collides with the cold air, and bang, you get these storms. So we're going to keep an eye on it for you to keep you and your family safe. Make sure you have the 19 First Alert weather app, incredible app. It can alert you to lightning 2 miles away from your location, one of my favorite features on the app. Anything else breaks, it'll be right here on our digital properties. Until then, I'm Dan DeRose with 19 News. Have a safe afternoon.